Oh, yeah.
Bless and love, my Lord. Welcome to another Red Lion live chat. Today we have on the show with us Marlon Pruz, a really great artist that we met in New York. How are you doing, Marlon? Thanks for coming in.
Yo, what's up, man? Thanks for having me on. Super dope meeting y'all in New York at the event. It was really dope. I'm seeing all the homies in here too. We got Mazna listening. We got Andres. We got Sweet Potato.
Everybody's in. Yeah, man. Oh, man. New York was such a blast. We had such a great time there.
Yeah, man, it was a great event. Super beautifully curated, and yeah, man, it was just dope to chill vibe. Kind of separate from the super crazy parties, like more of a space to, the music wasn't too loud. You got good drinks, just be able to chat and actually
Pizza
connect with
was
people.
good, right?
Yeah, and then you got tables, people arting up. You had Ray painting some stuff and just like open. Guys, I love when there's like a little art corner because people with the social anxiety can go there and kind of like occupy their time and not have to. It's almost like having like a puppy there or something. You can get to go just draw.
Yeah, we learned a lot, man, from this event. So it was such a great experience. We really loved that people actually loved the event, and they were speaking so nicely about it afterwards. So it felt that all our work went good, So people loved it, and now we are ready for Lisbon to put all of the new knowledge into practice and make an even nicer event, but different there.
That sounds amazing.
Are you
Definitely.
coming to Lisbon?
Damn, I should like that'd be like a really cool place to also just go see, and the fact that there's something going on, it could be, and also kind of been.
Dude,
I love.
everybody's going to Lisbon. Everybody I chatted to is going to Lisbon.
When is it? When is it?
It's on June 7th. Masna is going to Lisbon too. Let me pull him up here.
Yeah, I gotta pull up. Damn, and I also kind of been working on the Portuguese a little bit because I love going to Brazil. I work do a lot of stuff in Brazil as well, like painting walls out there and stuff. So maybe I can put that Portuñol to work in Lisbon.
I actually speak Portuñol without even realizing it. Like when I'm in Portugal and some words are missing and I know them in Spanish. There you go. um, so, hey, Masna, how are you doing, my dude? Very, very nice to have you here, man.
It's an honor to be up here with the Lions, man. What's up, everybody? What's up, Red, Marlon? I see VR Punk just
Nice
jumped
to
in.
hear you, man. I missed you. I missed you, buddy.
Yeah, I've been on the. I just made it home. I'm out in the countryside after like a month in New York painting the walls. So I'm just here touching a little bit
So
of
you're
grass.
coming to Lisbon?
but it's good, man. That event that we did in New York was such a blast. You spearheaded it with Full Mask Coup, and I was happy to be a part of it and have you lead us because you definitely educated in this world in a way that some of us aren't. I got to give you the props on that. As the time that I've met you, you've always been like putting in cool ideas, making shit come together, and that event was a lead up of that, and that's like the IRL connections coming together, and that's Paris, and that should be Lisbon, and I'm looking forward to going to Lisbon. I was looking at tickets right
Yeah,
now.
but something that people don't know. Before the event, we were chatting, remember, and we had a call on FaceTime when I was planting my seeds. Remember? And at that time, when we were calling, I was about to tell you that, hey man, I don't know if it's worth to put together an event. And you actually told me the opposite. You were like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it, man! No, 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 forget it. Red, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it." And I was like, "Man, shit, man! Like, if he's so down, like, let's do it. So you nudged me the other way because I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. And then Dudley and the team was like, chill, Red, come on, maybe not, let's see. And then I spoke with you and you were like, fuck yeah, let's go, blood.
So I had
And
the chance to do an event in the summer, completely independent, and I just did a little street party by the wall, and it was very memorable. And it was that same kind of feel, like we just got to hang out and connect with cool people, and we got that magic. We could do that, we got these we got all these amazing communities and shit that we get to
yeah,
hang out with.
this is what we are planning for Lisbon. We are going to do a picnic at the park type of event, for sure, and probably also a proper event. I saw such nice venues, man, at the park. This is what I was doing, man, in Lisbon, just walking around, going into venues, talking to people, and smoking weed. It was great. But anyway, let's start with this conversation, and we will get back to the Lisbon and all the planning and what's gonna happen. So Marlon, if you want, man, talk to us a little bit about your roots and how you became an artist and what was your first interactions with art, if you want.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, basically, it's just kind of what I was born to do. So there's nothing really else I'm supposed to do but make the art. So it just kind of naturally flows through. So I was just like lucky that my parents were really supportive, and they even believed that I was able to make a whole living with my art. And even I worked like 9 to 5s and stuff, but even my parents would like encourage me to, it's like, you should be making your art, if you have this talent, like just keep doing that. And so
That's
I guess
so nice, man. That's very nice.
Yeah. So I was lucky enough to have that. And there's always random like VHS tapes lying around. So I think the first thing I watched that like really sparked that acid in my brain was like the Beatles Yellow Submarine animation. So I feel like once I saw that, I was like, all right, that's kind of what started my style, just bold lines and trippy colors and really like a lot of stuff going on. And then, obviously like Where's Waldo books, finding all the detail. And there was like a book called Lookalikes where people would make an entire scene out of just found materials, and just all that stuff like really appealed to me. And I was always, just like how I was born like an artist, I was just born a skater as well. Like ever since I was a baby, like I always loved skateboarding, and the graphics obviously go hand in hand. So, growing up skateboarding, like spray painting, a mixture of all that, plus like the culture, plus all the stuff that comes with it, just seeing, because like when you skate, you're going around and you're like exploring. Like I never really like skating at skate parks. I always like skating the street because I just like love to see people and get inspiration from like the weirdos that I see. Yeah. And then also like how an artist will look at a wall and see like a whole piece. Like skateboarders will always like, they'll look at a stair set or like a rail, and they'll see like a whole skate spot.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's like a lot of imagination that came hand in hand with it too. So there's that connection.
I would say that growing up, the street culture and the street aesthetic, along with let's say street sports, it's very captivating. And yeah, I can see how even myself, I was like into graffiti, hip hop, and yeah, a lot of stuff like that. And yeah, for someone who is talented with arts and can create art, must feel amazing to also be able to participate in that aesthetic.
Yeah, and it's crazy how many huge artists in the space are like really good skaters too. Like Tyler Hobbs shreds. Like Fidenza
Really?
guy, Tyler Hobbs shreds. Like he's a pro. Like he's really good. Like yeah, like even Ray that you had at the event. He like his base was skateboarding.
Race
Like,
skateboards? Fuck
yeah,
off.
hell
Really?
yeah, yeah. It's
Oh
like,
my god.
and there's just like these huge artists that like they'll just they'll post like their 100 each sale, and then the next day they'll post like a skate clip. I was like, damn, like, yeah, that makes sense. But it's also
Oh
like
my
that.
god.
It's also that vertical lifestyle, because we're all, like artists always painting like on the walls, skaters are always skating the walls. It's just so a mixture of that. And then as like I started like going to school and like looking up art history and different cross hatching techniques, looking at like a lot of like religious art and like cathedral art, just a mixture of a lot of like religious imagery and art history. I wanted to kind of mix that inspo with the street inspo. So combine the skateboard style with the kind of fine art history background.
Where are you based?
Miami.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so Miami's also like a huge melting pot of like a whole bunch of cultures, and it's a very art based city. You got Wynwood, and there's a lot of companies always here. Like there's a lot of opportunity. Even just growing up in Miami, brands reaching out, they always want something painted, and like every time there's like some big event that comes to Miami, it's like an art Basel for everything. So Super Bowl comes in, it's like Super Bowl Basel. Now it's Formula F1 this weekend. It's like everyone wants like some Formula One art. Like even when it's Memorial Day weekend, it's like military industrial complex Basel. Like they'll have the jets flying out, like tanks driving around. So there's always like something going on in Miami and stuff. So that also played a huge role. Obviously, like the colors and the tropical vibes and Latin American culture heavily influenced.
But very Latino heavy there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of first generation because like my parents immigrated here, and I'm like the first generation like American out of my whole family, and there's like a whole generation of kids my age, or like we're 30 now, but like my whole generation is almost all like first generation, like all my friends. So it's like this marriage of like North America and South America in one, and it's almost its own Miami's its own country.
Yeah, Miami's really cool, man. I love it there. And also, it's developing a lot lately. A lot of people are ditching New York for Miami. The same way people are ditching LA for Texas.
Bro, the coffee in Miami is like $1. Cafecito is like $1. New York coffee is like $7. Bananas. It's like get the Cuban prices. But no, I wanted to jump in with Marlon because we got an amazing community in Miami of artists. It's just friends. We just been hanging out for like a decade now, and I feel like that's a big part of how we've all become this kind of more mature artist, more than in the beginning. But I just wanted, because it's a shout out, but it's important because I feel like that's a big part of how me and Marlon even acquaintance in this whole last couple of years in the digital world, and yeah, just wanted to chime in on that.
Yeah, man. Are you going also to Miami often?
I was living there for when I began the whole NFT career, and yeah, and it was definitely like, yeah, I mean, we got stories with Marlon, but he started doing his Nike collection out of like a road trip that we did across America. We went from like Texas to Seattle in a week or 2 weeks, and we were just like chatting, and that's how projects come about, right? When you just got like have enough hours to just talk about them. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like I started like coming up like with Mazna. Like I was like helping Mazna put us like random stencils in freaking Wynwood, where you're just doing it for free, like just on the street, like illegally. But like he's like doing it illegally, but like in front of cops. But that's just like what happens with like what comes to the confidence. Like oh, it's Wynwood. Just he's putting his shit up. Wasn't really expecting much in this to like we just kind of came up, and like he kind of saw this route with the NFT stuff, and yeah, man, we just like expanded on it, because I remember even Mazna like he was just like trying to find the way, man. Because he had like a lot of freaking. He had some friends that like got like some big studios, and like he had some big collectors that were giving some of his friends some studios, and he was trying to crack the code, man. And like it was just.
Yeah.
And
But
then
this is the most exciting times when you look back on hindsight and you're romantic about something. You're like, man, look at me. I was there struggling, a little struggler, and I was finding solutions. And this is the nice part, I think, if when looking back at on hindsight, right?
And yeah, and then like a beautiful thing about it, I was getting every job that I could from any artist that I could, just hanging out, working in Miami, and and I saw blockchain as a way out, and all these artists were super established, and 2 years later, these artists are now trying to enter the blockchain in little ways, and like me and Marlon that stepped in have our own little footing and have our community and have our art out there and it's being collected and it's really beautiful to see how that change of like jumping into the abyss of blockchain gave us a footing, because that's what a lot of people didn't trust in at the beginning, and it's like no,
Yeah, but when you got nothing to lose, you have an advantage, right?
100%. But that's always been the artists. I've called my art mercenary. It's like you're just doing art. You're doing art in all these different missions. And then some of the missions become really popular in different ways. But the basic idea is just kind of creating art all the time and leaving that legacy or something.
So was that road trip around 2020, 2021 maybe?
Yeah. Yes.
Like
and it's like
summer?
just like we have like communities like in like the NFT space. I feel like even in Miami, it was like we had our like really solid base of artists that we all like looked out for each other. And so basically, like we have both of our friends Hawks, which is like an uncle to us. He took us like he takes like a lot of artists under his wing, and like he helps out a lot of like different people. And so kind of like invited me and Mazna onto this road trip. He bought this new insane like pickup truck. He's like, we're gonna drive it cross country. So he invited me and Mazna to like just take this trip together. And he's just like really good at like linking people up and like getting people together. So we had like a really good support base with our artist homies. And dude, while we were in that truck, it was just magic because Mazna was just developing like street punks. And I had made some NFT sales, but it wasn't until like he broke down how OpenSea works, like the activity file, like how the activity works, and like
that was eye-opening to you, right?
Yeah, like it just became everything I looked at. I was like, holy shit, like I can look at what everyone's doing. Like I can go on Etherscan, like I can see how much fucking money people have, like what.
But on the other hand, isn't going back to Web 2 very restrictive? You're like, oh man, I cannot see how much money he has in the bank, or like I cannot see this, I cannot see that, like everything is blocked. Yeah,
it's like like what am I doing, like watching Netflix? Like I gotta watch the markets. Like this is like where the life-changing shit happens, man.
Oh, you caught the bug.
So that whole trip became this NFT, like it became like a road trip into the NFT world. It was the roadmap.
But you found out NFTs shortly before that, right?
Yeah. Like I was minting stuff on Rarible. Like I had no idea. I thought OpenSea was like the Walmart. Like OpenSea. Like I was trying to get on Super Rare, all that stuff.
Yeah, I was there too. This is where I started, from Rarible.
Yeah,
humble beginnings.
Yeah, so that whole it's just kind of like an adventure into the countryside and an adventure into the Web3 at the same time. But
I've said it many times, man. People don't understand. Rarible was amazing and still is great. Like there was no other place you could mint your own NFTs, make your own contracts, choose to do 1155, 721, all of that. There was no other place, and they were so early. And you would go there, you would load your wallet, and it would load in 1 second. So fuck yeah. And then they started dropping the coin. Oh Lord, that was amazing. That was good times. I still remember fondly. Okay, so yeah, you found the NFTs. You said you had a few sales, and on that road trip, you were educated, and it was eye-opening. And what happened after that?
Yeah, so basically, like Mazno was explaining to me like the collection thing, because I come from like, you know, painting big canvases, 101s, like 4-foot canvases, like huge walls, and I was always like very like a 101 type of person. Like I would never like repeated things, but Mazno was kind of explaining to me what the collection is, and like how like how traits work and stuff like that. And I always had this character called Knifey, which is this knife with a smiley face on it. And he's like, yo, make that the collection. And he's like, just drop like a couple hundred of them and like use that to kind of. So I was just like drawing in the car, drawing these knifeys, and they were working. Like even off my Instagram, like people, like random people, like I didn't even know were like into NFTs, and they were getting these knifeys. Like I was almost selling them out, like as I was posting them.
At point one, no?
Yeah, and still ongoing. The collection's still ongoing, and I'm expanding on it, and like, you know, making skateboards, like carving some boards and making some knifey like merch, and now it's just
That's
part.
nice. A lot of street artists and graffiti writers have a specific character that is the center point.
The logo, right? The logo team. Everybody got their logo.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the tag. So that now like knifey is my tag pretty much, and it represents just kind of a reminder to watch out for those backstabbers, because they smile in your face, stab you in the back, and just knives have like a lot of meaning, and even knives used to be like a form of currency, like back in old like Chinese dynasties. So people used to like trade knives for goods, and it's almost like the digital form of knife money. Yeah. And then,
bro, but the knives are crazy. The Taylor knifey, what it is? They go deep with the knives. People gotta check out the collection. That's crazy.
In the cut like a motherfucking knifey.
I'm trying to find them, to pin them up. I will find them, the knifeys. But yeah, man, let's talk street art. And well, there we are. Let's talk street art and your work on walls.
Yeah, man. So that, I mean, doing murals was like my first kind of way to make a living with art, because I didn't really know how to sell canvases, and it's really hard to like sell something that, like, let's say you make something, it's hard to find the person that's gonna like identify with that exact thing that you made and want to buy that canvas for themselves. So,
but with the mural, you can make a deal and place it in some location that someone wants it there, and this is how you make money.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And especially like in Miami, there's like a huge Wynwood influence and really colorful, artistical inspo people want. And these brands come in, they really want them to look like brands to look cooler. So they always want like murals for their offices, or like murals for like the outside exterior of their building. And it's kind of cool because they can't, like, it's permanent. Like I'm tattooing the wall. Like they can't really take it with them. So it's almost like a really big commitment to like, all right, I want this mural. It is like almost getting a tattoo. Like I'm going to invest in this thing that I can't take with me unless you like knock down the wall. And I thought that's really cool.
So but, how much were you charging them? How much does a mural cost depending on dimensions?
Yeah, I usually do like per square feet. So I do like 50 to 35 a square foot. But
dollars, you know, right?
Yeah. But I also I mean, art is like the ultimate cheat code. So I use art as a way to like barter with things. So, when I do these like residencies like in Brazil or in Colombia, I'll trade murals for like hotel and food. So I'll turn, yeah. And it's cool. You just go anywhere in the world and you're up and you start painting walls. Like you get accepted by everybody, like no matter who, like the toughest, like gangster, like on the block, like, you do some good art, like you get the approval and you don't even have to speak the same language. Like it's just the ultimate.
But there is also this connection between the writers, anyways, right? Whichever city you go, you meet writers for the first time, and they take you around the spots. They usually give you a place to stay, right?
Yeah, and it gives you like a purpose. It's like, I'm not getting paid for the wall, whatever, but like I have a reason to go to that place and paint and connect with these people. And the wall, it's like how you saw with like Masna's wall, it turns into a block party. Like you're not gonna just go chill at an empty brick wall like for fun, like take out the chair and like chill out. Like going out and chilling at the wall, barbecuing at the wall. That's just like part of the culture. Yeah, and then it's like, or when you're painting like it's a music festival or something, like, yeah, that place can becomes like a place where people go to recharge or just kind of chill. And I love that community aspect of it, man. I just love people, and people are like my biggest inspiration.
And you've done some pretty big walls for like big car collectors, no? Like you've done those are some of your major, massive pieces in Miami. That would be something to hear about.
Yeah, I got like some Batman level people in Miami that I've done like a lot of garages and stuff. I got this one guy fucking probably like this.
So what do you mean Batman? Like a rich orphan?
like like they're just so rich that like this guy built like a $50 million garage for like his $150 million. He owns a wing of one of the hospitals in like the hospital I was born at, actually. He built this whole building from the ground up at Mount Sinai Hospital, and then he also owns a bullet factory.
Oh, wow.
He owns like the means and he owns like the cure.
One-stop shopping.
Exactly.
He shoot you, then he cure you.
He got all bases covered. So, but that's the thing. Like,
you did that shit for like 3 months. How long you spent doing that mural? That thing was fucking.
How big was it? 3 months?
Yeah. I'll pin it to the top. But that's the thing. Like, that's a good job, and like, I don't really agree with that guy. And like he's this rich, crazy guy, but it's not like I don't really like want to work for him, but I still want to, like, I think it's cool to do the mural and like show what I can do. But like, I'm at the point where I don't have to do things for him. Like, I'm not like crazy well off, but I want to just do whatever I want to do. Like, because even that is still a huge amount of work. Like being there for 3 months, painting that. I got this little snippet over here. Let me find it. Like, this is one section of it. It's like a really small section of it.
I can imagine, man. 3 months. Lorenzo, how long have you been in total on your wall? On and off, I mean.
I'm breaking records. I'm on the Guinness now. I've been on it for like a year and a half.
A year and a half, but how many days in total you were there?
Oof, maybe like 3 or 4 months.
3 or 4 months, so like maybe 150 days, let's say.
Yeah, minimum.
That's still a lot, man.
Yep.
Oh wow, the detail on that thing, man.
Yeah, you think? Yep,
this shit's crazy. But like that, see, that mural is at his garage, and he hit me up to paint the bullet factory. So I went, like, he wanted a super patriotic mural at the bullet factory, and I went to, first of all, the bullet factories are right next to a school. which is nuts. And I'm like, dude, and he had like, he had a fat check. Like, it would have been like another 3-month ordeal. Like, I would have been able to, big coasting off that. But I was like, do I really want to spend 3 months in this like bullet factory? And it just didn't feel right at all. So, I said no. And then I just like proceeded to just like, go even deeper into like Web3. And like, I launched my, like a whole other collection, which is like the fine art MFers, and just been building that. And it's just been super fun and way more rewarding than if I had to do that,
Yeah, talk to us a little bit about the fine art MFers that you're doing.
Yeah, so it's like my first kind of generative project. So I'm working with like the developers, and we put this whole thing together with like fine art MFers, because the MFers themselves, they are public domain, so you can do whatever you want with the image, and no one's gonna co and sue you or anything. And so kind of how I approach this, like everything in life is like a derivative. So like most people get their inspiration from something else. So like, even the MFers are a derivative of like the "Are you winning, son" meme. And I've always related to that meme because like my dad's literally just kind of, he's asked me that. Like, I feel like people sometimes, the relationship with their dad is like, you gotta almost like earn their love. Like as a son, like you gotta prove your worth, kind of. So that meme was really funny to me. And even that meme is like a derivative of like who, it's a stick figure. And the most times people, when I'm painting a wall, the first thing they tell me is like, I can't even paint a stick figure. It's like, that's all you need to know how to draw to freaking make it, like literally. So just kind of taking that stick figure and making that contrast of the simplicity with the super detailed art. So I want to put my really detailed, intricate art into like the template of a stick figure. And I really like that. That contrast. So that's what made me go full force into that. And then just been building it. Like, I love the space, and I wake up and I want to just interact with more and more people. So it gives me like a cool base to push and like gain more fine art MFers. So that's where I'm going. Now I'm like coming out with phase 2. Mm-hmm. So, as technology expands, I get more ideas, and like, yeah, you can't really have a roadmap because the ideas just come as they go. But as long as you're just like in the space and you just keep on like, and even Manifold, like when I first started NFTs, like none of us had any idea about Manifold. Like open editions weren't even a thing. Mm-hmm. So as these things like start going, like burn mechanics, even AI art, there's just so many ways that it's like that saying where like the job that you're gonna have in 5 years doesn't even exist yet. It's like 5 years ago, none of us would have ever known that we'd be like on a Twitter space doing NFTs. It's just like a blessing, like,
and doing it seriously, right?
Hell yeah, I'm turning down like fat fucking mural checks for some bullshit that like karmically I don't want to do.
But and I have like turn around and you paint bullshit NFTs on brick walls.
Exactly. And we're drawing shit for the culture. Like, this has way more meaning than, because working as an artist is a blessing, obviously, but sometimes the jobs you get are not. A lot of times you have to accept things that you're like, oh, this might fuck with the brand. So it's better to just kind of like, I'm making MFers type thing. And it's funny because I got like the Web 2. I have the Web 2 life where I still work with like these big brands and stuff. And like I hand them out like MFer stickers, and it's always kind of like a funny icebreaker in the room where I give them like a fine art MFer sticker. And these people have no idea about NFTs or anything. That's their first intro into NFT. It's like, this is an MFer, like we're all. And then like the knifey, the MFers, I don't know. They go hand in hand.
That's so cool, man. What about Lewis Hamilton in your DMs? What was that? Was it real?
Yeah, he slid up in the DMs. That was like, it was such a tease though, because he was like asking me about like what like prices and when I'd be. It was like in the middle of COVID too, so I don't know. I was like, oh, I wish it went through, but I mean,
You
even
didn't follow through, huh?
No, I did, but then he just went ghost on me. And now it's like, if you look at my DMs, it's just me sending him stuff, and he still sees it. He just doesn't respond or whatever. Like, I'm gonna keep annoying him. Like I'm just gonna blow his shit up, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just say, hey, Luis, take it for free. Just reply, my dude.
Exactly. But F1's coming. F1 is happening this weekend, and I got like a lot of stuff, a lot of work there. So I'm gonna run into him. I'm gonna pull up on him.
Oh man, that's gonna be epic. But also confusing for him. You will be like, "Hey, motherfucker, remember me? You ghosted me."
For real, just like one of your French girls.
He will not even remember it.
He'll break down into tears, as he should. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Andres, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm just up here to support my friend Marlon. Marlon actually is the one to thank for getting me into the Miami scene also. We have pieces that are represented by the same gallery in Miami, Miami Art Society, which is run by our friend JP, and I'm just here to support. That's all.
Nice, man. Nice. Very nice to meet you. Also, are you coming to Lisbon?
I actually am.
Oh, nice.
I'm getting Trevor is the Art Angels is inviting me up to go. I think to show some. Trevor Jones is inviting me up to show some pieces. The only trouble is getting there now, but we're gonna be there one way or the other.
So you will have your pieces with you?
Yeah, I think so. I'm learning the details now of whether it'll be like a physical piece or whether it's just some crypto art on the screen, but. Either way,
well, this is the puzzle we have with our physical event. If we actually book a space and we have artists there, they have to somehow bring their own artwork there. So that is a little awkward. Otherwise, it has to be all digital, which is cool and all, but it doesn't have the same effect.
No. Have you ever seen a Marlon in person? It's like, yeah, you can look at them on the screen, but like having the physical version in your face within 2 inches and just like looking at all the details, it's just like,
it's
seen Marlon's. It's not the same. It's yeah, I can put a painting up on a screen and Marlon can put like any of the stuff, but it's very different. Also, just having any of us there also. And then making art there, and then on top of it, it's like, yeah, the physicals they just hit better. Nothing hits quite like a painting or a drawing in real life.
Yeah, and this is the main reason. Also, we want artists to be there to show their real work, in real life, not just stuff that you have seen on a screen again on a screen. So this is the big puzzle. How do you? Maybe we should do some spy work and go and see what other people have events and what other artists are bringing their physicals.
Yeah, bro, I love doing like the guerrilla shit.
Yeah, like this is how we are planning the whole thing. It's going to be guerrilla party on the park.
Yeah, man, I'll like definitely like look into going there. It looks like a postcard. Like Lisbon itself just looks like insane spot.
Yeah, I want to go to Cascais. That's where I want to go.
Oh, this is it's luxurious there in Cascais.
Trying to live that large life.
Yeah,
as you well know.
That's nice then.
But with that Pepe will take you there.
That Pepe money, right? Can give you the Cascais life now.
That's the amazing fucking thing about this space. Like, just being here is so like I can't believe like only like 1% of the people I know are even in here, and it's just like there's so much opportunity. And like even I don't know if you know about David Cho, but he's like one of my favorite artists. But he's like,
Cho, with the red tattoo face.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's so cool, man. He's so cool. Really cool.
Yeah. Like, I mean, so obviously what blew him up was like that Facebook stock. because he did a mural for Facebook, and he did like 60K or stock, and he's like, I'm a degenerate gambler, like I'm going with the stock, and now he's like the highest paid artist. And there's like literally an opportunity like that every single day in the space, and you know,
it's the best casino. It is the best casino.
Yeah, I'm kind of like getting into it and like paying attention and kind of like throwing some money into like little opportunities I see, and I've been like also now like trying to push my collections and stuff, but also kind of do the flip like play the game a little bit, and I'm seeing so many friends it's like becoming millionaires, and I would love to just get to that show space where it's like, all right, I hit buying some random shit coin, and now like I don't have to sell art and I could just like ship my holders free shit. Like I want to be able to just ship like every single one of my holders like a free hoodie. I have been doing that, like doing raffles and stuff, but I'm just kind of always paying attention, keeping an eye on the space. So there's so much opportunity. So
even the airdrops, man. Like in 2021, I made so much money just by airdrops from nowhere. Here is another 10K from nowhere. Here's another 15K from nowhere. It was so much fun. And now recently it was the ARB airdrop that funded our whole New York City expedition, I should say.
Wow. Wait, so did you have to use Arbitrum, or you just like randomly got it?
Oh yeah, I happened to. I was using the network a lot, and I was buying smalls, and I was buying some other cheap project that rugged, but I was buying like hundreds of them, so I had a lot of transactions, because of these little shits. So it was like best fucking rug ever.
Damn, you are like the machi. You're the machi of ARB.
No, but that with ARB, I was in Lisbon now, and everybody is rich with Turbo and Pepe, and I'm FOMOing now.
No, I watched like the Pepe documentary too, like the other day. It feels good, man. And it's like, yeah, man, Pepe's amazing.
I don't know if Pepe as a coin will be something that is here to stay, or it's a fake trend. I have no idea. But yeah, definitely missed the boat on that one. And I saw it so early, and I was like, hey, I was sending messages to my friends. I was like, hey, people are buying this shit coin. It already did the 50x. So, and it was only a few hours. I was like, should we buy? Should I buy? And yeah, I didn't buy, so I lost. I don't know, maybe 5-10x since then. I have no idea. I'm not even watching it now.
Yeah, but like, exactly. That's just being in the space. So I mean, even if like let's say NFTs go to zero, all this crypto goes to zero, and you get wrecked, like the next thing that pops up, like you'll be able to see like the early signs, and you'll be able to learn from the mistakes you made this time. So you're equipped, and like we're just getting started. Like we're gonna look back at this moment, like how we used to look back at like disposable camera pictures, like of your parents, wow, so long ago. Like this is a so long ago time. Like this is there's a lot more to come up, and we're just like building our arsenal of experience.
Oh man, just since 2020, like nothing existed, and now there's just so many artists, so many applications, so much infrastructure. It's incredible.
Yeah, we got the advantage. We've been keeping a close eye. Like we know what to look for now. While like all like Web 2 normies are on Instagram, still liking photos. We're making the moves.
Yeah, exactly. Let me plug in my panel here. I got a fancy new panel that we still haven't configured, but I hope my sound is okay, right?
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay, fantastic. And what are your plans for 2023 and the future, man?
Just keep it moving, keep it going. Just obviously expanding the NFT collections and building on top of what I have already built. And then I also have like the Web 2 world where I'm just constantly, getting hit up by random clients and working with bigger and bigger companies on bigger and bigger platforms. So I want to get to the point where I can merge both of them together, where I maybe even start becoming like NFT advisors for different companies. And because like I'm a lot of time I'm the first person like a lot of these corporate people have even like talked to about NFTs. And I'm also working with like another organization that works with like a lot of incarcerated youth and people in like underprivileged neighborhoods. So it's NFTs and cryptos. Like you can like have a record. You can get out of jail, have a record, and you can still like make a living with this.
Yes, for sure.
So like I'm working with like that initiation to do like Web3 education and always like mural education, how to paint, like street art classes, things like that. So expand on that as well.
Fantastic, man. Well, I'm looking forward to meet you in Lisbon, and Andres and Masna. Everybody's coming, man. It's going to be such a cool. We're gonna have so much fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
I might have
Everybody's
to
following to Lisbon.
Yeah, that's the next coin, man. I got to FOMO into some miles on my credit card. That's the ultimate shit coin, man. Miles, bro.
Marlon, come with me, man. Come with us. It'll you, me, Adina, go to Lisbon. We'll figure this out.
Dude, I think so. I think you just kind of like solidified it right there.
Yeah, man. East Coast, Lisbon is West Coast for us. It's very close.
Dude, yeah, sounds like an adventure. I'm gonna max out the credit card, get them miles, bro. I'm gonna start buying some NFTs on the Amex just to get the miles up. Buy Pepe on the Amex, get the miles. That's the alpha.
There is this friend of ours. He's doing this travel swap app where you can book any hotel you would find on Expedia or anything with like Web3, like with Ethereum or shitcoins or whatever. And that's really cool. I think soon we will be able to pay for for our stays with Pepe.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, what if, like, the MasterCard NFT project, like, they actually came out with, like, the Miles token, and it was, like, on Dex Tools and everything, but it was actually Miles that you can use, like, on the, to buy plane tickets.
That would be so cool, man. That would be so cool.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be, like, a disaster or if it would actually work. But
imagine someone having so many miles that it's more than the years that he's going to live.
Right, and then he just like just 1 mile, it becomes like the plane, like the price of one plane ticket. Yeah. That's the thing. I don't know if like that would fucking work, but maybe.
Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever is gonna go down in Lisbon, and we are going to put together the details for our event. So I will message you guys as soon as we know more stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely super excited. Anything else you want to touch before we wrap up?
I just like check out the collections. Definitely like do some research on like the fine art MFers as well. Like that community has been just like it's grown more than I ever expected. Mm-hmm. So and it just keeps on going. So
I'm definitely getting one.
Dude,
I
hell
just
yeah.
have to not forget, man, because I do a lot of shit. So if I forget, so remind me again. But I will try to get one tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll see.
Yeah, bro. We got a lot of stuff coming up with that, and you know, Knifey is also always a good alpha play. But yeah, man, just stay tuned. Lots of stuff coming up. Yeah, hopefully to travel more, of course. Maybe see you in Lisbon.
Oh yeah,
But,
man. Yeah, it's going to be so cool. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew Andres before this, but his art's really sick too. Like, I definitely could see him like fitting in with what you're doing as well.
Yeah, 100%. I gave him a follow now, and yeah, also we will definitely meet in Lisbon. I will message him also for the event we will do. I don't know. I need to talk with OMZ also, see what he's planning. We need to put some cool shit together, but not a lot of time left.
Or slip and slide.
Yeah,
put a slip and slide in the park. Like, make it like
oh, that's a good idea.
A fine art slip and slide would be
fine art slip and slide.
Oh,
yeah. Like, if we could, like, I don't know if, like, yeah, maybe even painting on the tarp, and then soaping it up, having a slip and slide, have like wine there.
But you know that could work because this park is not flat. There is a lot of like steep places that we could do it.
That shit would be like really bullish, and I feel like it all looks like a Windows screensaver. Like, everything in Lisbon looks like so it's just down like a beautiful hill. Because I grew up in like throwing these parties like on golf courses like at night in Miami. So it'd just be like people drinking Four Loko and it's like slip and slide. I can imagine it like with like some nice wine and like a slip and slide. Maybe we all painted.
Yeah, beer and sangria. That is the idea.
Yeah, and just kind of like bring some like summertime splash fun.
Maybe we can put a swimming pool, right?
Yeah.
How would we fill it up? Fuck. Yeah, we will figure it out.
Yeah, I was just brainstorming, but yeah, man, I'm about it. Sounds awesome.
For sure. Well, very, very nice to meet you, man. And Andreas as well. And thanks everyone for listening in. We are continuing this weekend. We are going to put some streams coming up. And yeah, definitely check the Gazette. If you like what we do, yeah, like, comment, and subscribe or whatever. Take good care and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Peace. Thanks for having me on, man.
Cheers,
awesome.
man.